Hello, I'm Jack.
And I'm Mol, and welcome to Brag Bag, EXP Required's in-person segment where we talk about the swag that we've amassed over the years.
So between the two of us, we've amassed a pretty decent set of merchandise over the years.
So Jack, what's in the bag?
So, VHS of Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within, the greatest movie ever made.
Genuinely a good movie.
So, I had to talk about this at some point. We've talked about this in the past on the podcast originally. Had this on DVD, rented this on DVD, I should say, from Blockbuster to watch with my dad, to try and impress him about Final Fantasy. Did not impress him.
Wow, this was your dad's first exposure.
Yeah, but I also rented it myself on VHS because back in 2001 I didn't have a DVD player in my room, so I thought I'd have that as a bit of a relic. On the back of this box there is an explanation of why this is parental guidance, which I like from the old school days of Blockbusters. It's got language, occasional mild, sex, nudity, none, violence, frequent mild fantasy, and mild fantasy horror. So
I've always liked the concept of mild anything,
Yeah.
like mild peril. Give me moderate peril, at least.
yes, do you want to have a look?
Yeah.
Have a look at the sexy VHS.
I can't believe there's a VHS here
Yes.
in my hands. It's 2025.
So for anyone that doesn't remember VHS, obviously like it's a bit of a relic. I thought I'd keep that. What's interesting is if you open the box, it just says Final Fantasy on the actual VHS tape.
It does.
The synopsis on the back, the year is 2065 AD, the Earth is infested with alien spirits, mankind faces total extinction. Led by a strange dream and guided by her mentor, Dr. Sid, spelt with an S, scientists Archie Ross struggles to collect the 8 spirits in the hope of creating a force powerful enough to destroy the alien presence and pure enough to protect the planet. With the aid of the Deep Eye Squadron, Archie must save the Earth from its darkest hate and unleash the Final Fantasy in this groundbreaking new CGI film from the creators of the Final Fantasy video game franchise. Did you notice the deliberate mistake there?
I did,
And
Jack.
you can check on the back of the box.
No, I believe you. I've
hate.
seen this before. It does say hate. Look, all I have to say on that one is famously Squaresoft at the time, not exactly known for their correct translations. I'm looking at the original PS1 version of Final Fantasy Tactics,
Yep.
and also, who could ever forget, this guy Arsik.
Yep. So what's really interesting is I also have
Oh my god.
the Blu-ray of this movie, and it still says hate on it.
You kidding me?
So
When did the Blu-ray come out? Do you know?
This one says 2007, but I don't think that's right because that was Blu-ray would have been like
Yeah, I was about to say.
2015 maybe, I don't know. So basically 15 years and they still couldn't replace the typo they had to say fate, because it probably should say fate.
It looks like Commander Shepard in the middle.
It does a little bit, doesn't it? Someone I knew had their house robbed when they were younger, and apparently people were robbed everything from the house and left just the Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within VHS on the shelf. It's not that one. Well, it might be that one, but that certainly would have been really good if it was that one, wouldn't it? But no, it just goes to show that clearly the video itself was not well received, and it was
And that the robbers had bad taste.
It was a joke for a year. It was considered bad. I mean, I think we watched it recently, didn't we? And it's not bad. It's all right.
It's a good film. I'll
film.
go on record eternally as saying Spirits Within is a good film. It's just not a good Final Fantasy film.
It's better than it was given credit for, and I think that the fact they threw all their eggs into the basket, as it were, was probably a bit of a financial mistake. I thought it was probably going to be. The expectation, I think, was pretty high for the story that was based on, like, say, Final Fantasy 7 and 8 that were at the time. So, yes. Any more memories about this yourself?
I remember being told that I was taken to the cinema to see this. I don't remember the actual act of going to the cinema to see this, but my dad certainly did. When I asked him about this recently, he made the most long-suffering face I've ever seen on that man, as if to say that he didn't want to recall those memories at all, which is a shame, because The Spirits Within, as we previously discussed, is a good sci-fi movie, just maybe not a good Final Fantasy movie, unfortunately.
There's trailers at the beginning of this VHS for anyone that's not well versed in VHS tapes. Obviously on Blu-rays and DVDs and things like that, you can have special features you can have the option of looking at. On VHSs, those things appeared at the beginning of the video. So this one is not particularly special. One from around the same era that a lot of people of our age group had was the special edition of Star Wars,
right,
which had little featurettes for the new special edition stuff at the beginning, which I really liked. This one just has trailers for 3 movies. One is A Knight's Tale with...
That's a good movie.
Yeah, with
really
the wonderful
movie.
Heath Ledger. And they're really pushing the website at the time, because
Oh, yeah.
the websites were a big thing. Metropolis, the anime film.
Yes. Now, that one was significant to me because I think I'm the only person in the world that's ever actually watched that movie.
I've watched that as well.
Okay, well, there's 2 people in the world that have seen it.
Literally just us.
I remember saying to people at school, like, oh, I've seen Metropolis, or it might even have been adults, like, I've seen Metropolis, and they were, of course, thinking of the black and white movie, and they were like, no, you haven't. Yes, I have. It was really good. It was an anime film. No, Metropolis is not an anime film. Yes, it was a decent movie from what I can remember.
Really good movie. I remember the bit at the end, there's like a jazz soundtrack going on with it as well.
I don't recall that, but the only other thing I really recall about it is that it made me cry, but that's not significant because every movie makes me cry.
Yes, most movies used to scare me, so clearly all the movies made you cry and made me hide behind the sofa, which was interesting. And also a John Cusack and Julia Roberts movie called America's Sweethearts. I've heard of it, never seen it.
That one doesn't ring any bells to me.
So obviously we've talked about how we spoke about this in an episode on a podcast. I think it was episode 3 we spoke about this.
That sounds about right.
Okay, so do you remember anything we specifically spoke about in that episode?
Oh God. Other than it was great? No. Oh God. Chuck.
This is the Maxim Hot 100 from 2001. The Maxim Hot 100 with Archie Ross on the front cover.
That was the front cover?
The front cover of this magazine.
I thought it was just like a double spread on the inside.
Now, what's interesting about this, it didn't take me that long to cut it down. I'm not going to tell you how much I spent on it because it's really embarrassing. But it did make me laugh that when I bought this off eBay from someone in America, that the condition was used good.
Oh, don't say that.
So I don't quite know how it was used. So what I will do, is just because it would be really funny to involve you with this, is I will get you to read out the section in here against the wireframe body, just to frame it as a 2001
against the wireframe body,
all against the wireframe body, just to get you to read it.
A wireframe model is created, letting us control Archie's every pose and measurement. Tempted to abuse this power, we resist. Next, a 3D picture of Archie is rendered. The silver sheen lets artists see how light will reflect off her virtual bazookas and bazookas. Jesus Christ. And then finally, artists wrap skin on Archie's body and obsess for days over adding individual freckles, strands of hair, etc. And voila, she lives.
Mm-hmm. Good old noughties journalism, hey? Don't we just love it? Fantastic. Just a bit of context there. Obviously, we talked about how Archie Ross is a fantastic female protagonist, and then they put her in that situation.
So I'm just going to take this home.
You're going to take it home, aren't you? Yeah. Do you know who's the number 1 in the Hot 100?
I don't. I'm afraid I'm not a Maxim connoisseur.
Neither am I, but I did open it and have a look. It's actually Jessica Alba. Archie Ross does not feature in the top 100.
Not in the top 100?
On the front cover with a very nice purple
I thought she ranked at number 76 or something like that.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you
haven't studied it hard
enough. Maybe I have to open it up and have a look.
Well, that was an experience. I really didn't expect you to pull out a Maxim, of all things.
It's the only one I own.
So he says. Yeah, no, that was cool, mostly. Thanks for sharing, Jack. And thank you for watching. We've been EXP Required, and we hope to see you again on our channel very soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more video content like our list features and also for our monthly podcast.
So we can also be found on social media such as Twitter and Blue Sky at EXP Required. Thank you for watching. See you later.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
I'm Jack.
I'm Mole. Oh, it's my...
And that's the first outtake.
Oh, dear.